Right. There's a hot air balloon over there in the distance, just behind the, not these two cranes, but those two cranes. Hope you can see that. There's also a lovely sunset kind of thing going on over there. Bit too early for that, but I think because of the way the clouds are, looks like the sun's going down earlier than what it actually is. That, or I've mysteriously lost 2 hours of my life up here, just looking at the trains going past. Who knows? Anyway, let's get on with the show. So we have our rear camera, face camera, front tyre camera, and today, another camera, where it all began on the little GoPro session. Make sure you turn your engine on before you get going. I've done this countless times before, and still I have not learned to turn the key and provide power. I wonder where that balloon's actually going overhead. Could ride over to it, but nah. I've got a funny feeling because the weather front's actually coming round this way. It's doing a big old loop-de-loop, so I want to just have a quick scoot around. There's a lovely smell of burning, like burning wood in the air. We've had a really cold morning, early hours this morning into 6 or 7 o'clock, and then it's been a jolly warm old day. Not hot in any measure, but just very warm, which is refreshing. We've not really had a decent summer so far, but today's been just a nice day. Not too hot, definitely not too cold. So where am I going? Don't know. What am I going to talk about? Don't know. I'm just going to see what happens on the road, and we'll go from there. What I will say though, whistle yourself. Silly sausage. Is when I was on my way in here, someone was waiting to pull out of one of these junctions, and they saw me. And they saw me going fairly slow, so they had the opportunity to go, but they didn't. They possibly hesitated, which is okay, it's fine, don't worry about it. But then it was only when I got fairly close to their vehicle that they decided to pull out, and I'm thinking, you saw me. You saw me driving along this road. There's only one direction I'm going to go. So why on earth would you decide to pull out when I'm near you? You know, sometimes you try to get into the mind of other people's heads, and it's just don't bother. It's a lost cause. But I noticed from the ride I did from Matlock that the entire time there was a smudge on one of the little lenses, on the helmet lens. There we go. Oh, off to a bad start with the old words today, aren't we? Haha. And throughout the entirety of me editing that video, I just saw this smudge on the screen the entire time, and I was kind of contemplating not releasing it. But content is content, and the smudge was only minor. I've had, thankfully not very often, but I remember one of the biggest kicks in the bum I've had was when I had this cute little GoPro session on my helmet, and a bloody bug decided to splatter itself across half the screen. So this thing's only got about, what, 3/4 an hour worth of battery recording in 4K. So I'd gone all the way out there. It took me about an hour to get to this lovely little area, recorded this video, came back, and then it was only once I actually took the camera off the helmet I saw this bug splat, and I thought, oh no, I know that's going to affect some of the video, isn't it? I'm going to have to re-record some of this. Started playing the video back, and it was, you know, I just set off on the bike, and 5 minutes in, before I'd even started the damn video, the camera was rolling, and this bloody great big juicy bug has just gone bleh, all over the lens. Well, you little bum, you little bugger, you know. So myself and this camera have been through a lot of frustrations, I must say, because the batteries in them are not interchangeable, so you have to charge them there and then if you want to carry on using it, or plug in an exterior battery, which I didn't have at the time. Now I've got 4 other GoPros, all Heroes, and you can switch the batteries in and out and whatnot, and I've kind of decided I don't want to get the Hero 9 because the battery's ever so slightly bigger, which means obviously I can't use the old batteries and I can't use that battery for the old cameras. So I'd have to rework my camera setup. Now I could, if I was oh so fortunate to do so, return each of these cameras that I've got to GoPro, because they'll give you £100 off towards a new camera. This isn't an advertisement, by the way, alright? And simply buy 5 Hero 9s. That's going to cost a lot of money, and the £100 each time is not going to, in my eyes, downgrade that cost enough. You know, these cameras are, no, because they do it on a subscription service as well, don't they? Oh no. So do you get a new camera every year? Do you this? I've not looked into it, because it's just, anything with a subscription service on it for me just seems like a waste of time, because then you've got to, it's almost like you've got to create an entirely new email address to manage the subscription, so you can see who's charging you for what, why, when, how, what you're actually getting out of that service. And you got to look into it. So am I actually getting the most out of this? You know, do you buy enough packages from Amazon to warrant having the Amazon Prime? Do you use the TV enough? Do this, do that? I don't use any of it, really, to warrant keeping it. So no, I will not do it.